And joining us on the question hour show is Rajya Sabha MP Mr. P. Wilson. Mr. Wilson, welcome to Rajya Sabha Television and thank you so much for joining us through Skype. You're in Chennai. We are connecting with you from Delhi. And sir, of course, this is the show where we focus on the questions asked by the members of the upper house during the last session of the 251st session of the Rajya Sabha that was concluded. And one of the important questions that you asked was to the Ministry of Law and Justice. And you've asked about the pendency of cases. First, let's understand how serious is this issue, sir.
The issue is a very serious one and is a very important one. For past 70 years, we don't have a regional benches of Supreme Court, even though under Article 130 of the Constitution provides that there shall be, regional benches which the Chief Justice, with the approval of the President, can have it in different places. The Supreme Court so far has not opted for this regional benches. If you see the filing of cases, there are a number of cases pending before the Supreme Court, and the judge population ratio is very, very less. Today, we have the strength of only 34 in the Supreme Court compared to a population of 133 crore. So therefore, if you see the filing of cases also, only the High Court, which is situated nearby to Delhi, we can see the numbers are more. Like if you take Uttarakhand, if you take Punjab and Haryana, so these High Courts from where the cases are coming up, we can see they contribute more of appeals. But when it compared to the population ratio, it's very, very less. But when you compare for the appeals from the Madras High Court, it is only 1%. Statistical report says that so far as Orissa High Court is concerned, it is less than 1%. Therefore, the reason why they are not able to approach the Supreme Court is the cost factor and the distance factor, and therefore this access to justice is hampered.
Absolutely, sir. So what should be the way ahead, sir?
As I said earlier, this 70 years of deadlock has not been broken. In 2010, the Supreme Court Collegium said that unitary character of the Supreme Court will be affected if the benches are established. With great respect, I would say that when the Constituent Assembly debates took place in 1949, for a question, Honorable Dr. Ambedkar, as he then was, he answered that the purpose of bringing an amendment, the original article was 108, they amended and brought as 108A. The purpose was to have more number of circuit benches. So in the context of having more number of regional benches. So that, the constitutional makers had in their mind that one court in Delhi will not be sufficient in case of there is a growth of population and growth of litigation. So that intention of the constitution makers is not brought to light till today. As I said earlier, the Supreme Court full court meeting in the year held in 2010 decided that not to have regional benches. With great respect, the 70 years have gone. We have seen how the numbers have increased, and judge population ratio is very less. And we can see how the litigation has become so costlier. So therefore, the deadlock can be broken only by Parliament. With great respect, the powers that is given to the Chief Justice has to be taken away. And the Parliament has to stand up for the people, and it has to amend the Constitution and see that the regional benches are established. I would only rely upon the Law Commission reports. Way back from 1984 onwards, various law commissions have given report in favor of splitting up of the Supreme Court. It started from 1984, 1988, and also Justice A.R. Lakshmanan Commission. All of them have recommended splitting of Supreme Court. So far as the last Law Commission report, Justice A.R. Lakshmanan is concerned, he has suggested that we can have cassation benches, 4 benches, one in the northern area at Delhi, southern area at Chennai or Hyderabad, and eastern area at Calcutta and western area at Mumbai. So he has suggested that as a trial and error method, we will have one at Chennai. So this was, suggested by Justice A.R. Lakshman Commission. After that, as I said, the Supreme Court, full court, has decided not to have any regional benches. So I would only say that the government has to step in. Time has come that, they have to understand the feelings of the people, the feelings of the litigant, the feelings of the stakeholders in the judiciary, and they have to step in and amend the constitution.
Also, sir, how important is this move to ensure that there's accessible justice?
Yeah, I would say that this access to justice is very, very important. See, Justice, Ambedkar has said, B.R. Ambedkar has said that Article 32 is the heart and soul of Constitution. That justice delivery system should be made easily accessible to the people. And if you see that the number of pending cases, as I said earlier, the pendency today is more. The data will show that more than 68,000 cases are pending in Supreme Court. And the amount of number of judges is only 34 compared to the population ratio of 133 crores. So the large number of cases are pending there. So having a regional benches, at least having 6 judges in each of the benches will certainly take care of the disposal of the case. Number 2 is, as I submitted earlier, the cost of the litigation is increasing day by day. One knows what is the cost of filing an appeal, SLP, or filing a writ petition before the Supreme Court. I don't want to tell openly, but it runs more than lakhs. So it comes to have and have nots. The person who has got money and person who is rich, he is able to approach the Supreme Court because of the cost factor. I'm not saying it's a cost factor because everyone is charging. I can't find fault with anyone so far as advocates and the senior advocates in Supreme Court are concerned. So this increasing cost factor, ultimately the affordability comes into play. A person who fights this litigation up till High Court, because he is not able to afford till Supreme Court, he deprives himself with that right. And therefore, he is not in a position to work out his remedy in Supreme Court. So I would say that to cut down the cost of litigation, normally any litigant will think about taking his lawyer along with him and see that the cases are argued and instructed properly. So here again, once he has to file a case in Supreme Court, he has to travel, even though you have a email and other communications, but always a litigant would see that he witnesses the hearing of the case. So therefore, the cost is stay at Delhi and taking his lawyer along with him. Apart from that, the counsel on record fees and moreover the senior counsel fees. So all that put together, the cost of litigation would increase, and the person who cannot afford naturally goes away from this fight. So then, as I said earlier, this Article 32 being heart and soul of Constitution as Ambedkar described, this right, a fundamental right which can be invoked before the Supreme Court under 32 is only available to the haves, and have-nots cannot approach the Supreme Court because of the cost factor. So therefore, this right of Article 32 is another issue. Then, as I told you earlier, the data says that only 7.2% of the total population approaches the Supreme Court there was a survey in the year 2011. Only 7.2% of the total population, they are able to approach the Supreme Court. And I said earlier, only the appeal rate is 5% insofar as the courts which is located nearby are concerned. And so far as the Madras is concerned, Chennai is concerned, it's only 1%. And therefore, this high courts which is located very near to the Supreme Court contribute more number of appeals, while the high courts which is away from the Supreme Court, they contribute less number of appeals. The reason is, again, it points down to the affordability. So therefore, I would say that the access to justice again comes into play and is not available to the poor. I would also say that Article 39 of the Constitution, where the state has to provide all the facilities for a common man. That is one of the directive principles of state policy. So that 39, Article 39A, that the state shall secure that the operation of the legal system promotes justice on a basis of equal opportunity is certainly being curtailed because of the persons not able to reach or have access to the Supreme Court. So I would feel that time has come. In fact, our Honorable Chairman has exhibited in many of his meetings, in many of the meetings, that we should have regional benches, that this will certainly help the people, downtrodden people, litigant, public, and poor persons to have his remedy worked out.
Absolutely, sir. Chairman has always corroborated the idea of inclusivity. But Mr. Wilson, you gave us that perspective. You joined us in this era of social distancing. Thank you so much for giving us those details.
Thank you very much. Thank you.